Hey everyone, welcome back to the Social Media Sales Summit, your number one resource for preparing to have your biggest sales season ever next quarter, and to specifically get there by finding more leads and more sales on social media. I'm Adrienne Hill, and I help entrepreneurs to build the skills, structure, and systems that they need to build a lifestyle they love and to live in their zone of genius. And for anything that's not in that zone of genius, anything that doesn't bring you joy, you can either outsource, automate, or systematize the rest. And you don't want your business to feel like you're trapped in a prison. We want it to feel like that freedom vehicle that it truly can be for you. So that's how I can help. Today, I'm super excited because I'm here with Lindsay Sewell, and she is an expert in all things attraction marketing and live video marketing. So perfect topic for the summit. So welcome, Lindsay.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful to be here. I cannot wait to see all the other speakers, and this lineup is going to be amazing. And this is going to be the full package. For somebody who wants to build a business on social media, you are in the right place. So yeah. I'm Lindsay. It's so nice to be here. So nice to see you guys all virtually. And thank you, Adrienne, for organizing this and having me on.
Oh, for sure. I could never have a summit without inviting Lindsay. You guys are going to love her. So for those viewers who maybe have not met you yet, can you tell us a little bit about your story and your background and kind of what brings you here with us today?
Sure, absolutely. So I was a corporate management kind of executive person for about 10 years of my life. I actually worked in the railroad industry. Ooh. So I was not a social media marketer, but I had my second daughter and I was commuting about 3 hours a day. And I was traveling about 3 weeks out of the month, and I had missed so much of my first daughter's life. I was fortunate to have my parents around, but I was missing out on words, on sending her off to her first days of preschool, on seeing her taking her steps and learn new things. And I recognized that I didn't want to repeat that again. So, of course, I found home business and thought, well, this is just going to be simple. Anybody can do this. I have 200 friends on Facebook and they're all going to want to buy things. And it didn't work out like that. So I struggled and I struggled. I ended up actually, my business was bringing in only a couple $100s a month and my expenses were even more. So I was losing money. I was sinking into debt and I was feeling like it was never going to make this work. And then I discovered attraction marketing. And that's when everything changed. It was like a light bulb clicked, and I started incorporating the exercises that would bring people to me instead of me trying to chase people that had no interest in what I was doing. And I started showing up on live video and building relationships with people all over the world on social media who I had never met before. I had no family and friends who wanted anything to do with my business when I got started. I had to build it all from scratch online.
And that is not uncommon, right? Like if we're forced to rely on friends and family to build our businesses, we're going broke real fast.
Yes.
So I think, one thing that I hope is encouraging to the viewers, almost every expert that we've talked to, you've probably noticed now, started in home business. It was harder than they thought. They learned some skills. They excelled. Right? I mean, it can be that simple. And so attraction marketing is a really great skill to build. So I'm excited to dive into this. So I can totally understand and appreciate how when you're in that place, you're relying on those 200 friends and family, and it's just not happening. You got to find someone else. So how do you find leads and prospects on social media, the big wide world of social media? What do you do?
Right. Well, and this is a great question because a lot of people say, I have no one to talk to. I have no one to talk to. And the reality is I think at this point, there's almost 3 billion people on Facebook. So you have lots of people to talk to. So I'm going to tell you today, here's exactly how you figure out where those people are hanging out online for you. You need to get very, very clear on what problem it is you solve for people. And I don't mean you sell supplements or shampoo or even coaching, right? Because I sell coaching now, but I don't sell coaching. I sell other people their dreams. So if you're selling supplements, you're not selling supplements. you're helping people lose weight and have the body that they want to have and the confidence back. So when you figure out what problem you solve, now you can identify where those people are, and you can figure out who already has your dream audience.
Because they're somewhere, right? They're out there somewhere.
They're out there somewhere.
Know who they are and what they need.
Yes,
right?
yes. So who are the leaders in the industry? I mean, and here's the thing. You have Google, you have YouTube, and so if you start Googling or typing into YouTube the problems that you solve or the challenges or the struggles, guess what's going to pop up? The leaders that people are following. Mm-hmm. And you go over to Facebook and you find those people's pages and your dream clients are hanging out there. Mm-hmm. And those big leaders can't serve all those people, right? You're thinking about the people that are getting millions of views on YouTube and have just hundreds of thousands of people following their pages. They can't serve all those people. And so there's a portion of them that are there for you. And you can go over there and connect with them and find them. Mm-hmm. My other gold mine suggestion for Facebook is groups. Mm-hmm. Because there is a group now on Facebook for almost anything. And if you type in the search bar, wellness over 50 or skincare over 40 or keto diets, you're going to find plenty of groups that you can join and meet tons and tons and tons of new people to connect with.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. So there's a lot of people trying to find people, trying to connect, trying to, make those connections to have conversations at some point. Mm-hmm. What's the biggest mistake you see people making as they're trying to go through this process that our viewers could avoid right from the beginning?
Well, there's a couple of them. First of all, don't be the creepy used car salesman that meets somebody and immediately is like, hey, can I get you into this? I like to use real world examples because people know them. So if you meet someone online and you're immediately say to them, hey, it looks like I can help you lose some weight, you're the creepy used car salesman, right? Yeah. And so you don't want to be spamming people and assuming that they immediately want what you have to offer before you at least takes a little tiny bit of time to get to know them. Okay. And that doesn't mean that you build rapport for 6 years, 6 months, and you're invited to their wedding. That means that you spend a small amount of time asking people questions, getting to know them, being interested in them. And the second half of it is that you have your Facebook profile or business page, which is your digital storefront, mm-hmm. stacked with information about why people want to follow you, why people want to watch you, and how you can help them. Mm-hmm. Because if they connect with you, you're making friends, they're going to go check you out. It's human nature.
They're going to secretly side stalk you and be like, who is this person?
Right. And this is the whole basis of attraction marketing. If they show up on your profile or your business page and they see all of this valuable information, then now you're not the creepy used car salesman. They start to go, oh, wow, this might be someone who could help me.
Yeah.
And if you show more interest in getting to know them than you do trying to force your products on them, you're going to raise their curiosity and lower their resistance. And they're going to want to ask you about what you have to offer.
I love that. And doesn't it feel so much better when people are coming to you rather than you having to hunt them down?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So that makes sense. So, and I know a big part of what you do is live video. So when live video first came out, it was hot. And every expert, every coach in the world was saying, use live video for the love, use live video, right? But that was a couple years ago now. So is live video still hot, and is it still effective? Is it still worth people, getting brave enough to do?
Absolutely, because 80%, I think it was some statistic I read that 80% of the information that we consume now is in the form of video. Mm. So if you want to connect with people, you want to give them the information, the value, and let them get to know you in the way that they want to consume information. We're always so busy, we're on the go. But if I can pop earbuds in my ear and listen to someone doing a video while I'm washing dishes or I'm, picking up kids or something, it's going to be a lot easier for me to feel that I'm getting to know that person than having to read something.
Right? Like imagine if this interview that we're doing right now was just typed out and you had to read it.
Oh,
that would not go so well.
It would take people forever, right, to get through these, because we're all like trying to do 27 things at once, especially if you, have another job or you have kids. You're always busy. Women are always on the go.
Oh, yeah.
And so you used to be able to basically jump on a Facebook Live and you didn't have to even provide any value and you got hundreds and thousands of views because Facebook was just so interested in pushing that content out to everyone. Now, what's really important is that live video still builds that connection, builds that trust, and builds your authority with people. But in this day and age, you need to be crystal clear with your videos on what kind of value you're going to deliver, because you can't just jump on, talk about the sandwich that you're making, and hope that people are going to tune in and love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So that totally makes sense. So I know everyone knows live video can help. It helps to build that rapport. You get to see someone's face, hear their voice, see their mannerisms, and those things matter, right? But there's still so many people who avoid it. Like they're afraid, right? I mean, it's kind of scary getting in front of a camera for certain people, especially introverts, I know. So what's the number one thing that you see holding people back from doing their lives? Like, is there a big thing that you could help our audience get past today?
Yeah. So it's not your knowledge. It's not your value. It's not your expertise. It's your fear of being judged by other people. That is the number one thing. And there's a couple things that you need to know. First of all, they're judging you anyways. Whether you get on live video or not, human nature is that we figure out what our place is, how we fit in, but in reference to other people. And you can't control that. But what you can control is that you can impact and reach the person who needs to hear you, see you, and have you help solve their problems. If you move past that fear of judgment and you put yourself out there on camera, because they're waiting for you. The second thing is no matter how scared you are and how weird it feels for you, in other people's eyes, you instantly have more credibility and authority because you're doing something that so many people are afraid of. Yeah. And the third part to it is that when you're actually on camera, people are like, oh, all these people are watching me. And I say to my coaching clients, no, it's one person consuming you at a time. You're speaking to one person. So when you get on there, imagine that it's your friend who needs your help. Yeah. And speak to that one person because they're waiting for you to show up for them. And it's your job to help and solve their problems and ease their pain. Right.
The very thing that the nugget, the golden nugget you have inside of you might be what someone else has been hoping and praying for, right? And they're just waiting for you to show up.
And I'll give you one more thing in case you're looking at me going, well, that looks easy for you because here you are being interviewed on camera and you seem so comfortable. I still have my first live video I ever did from 2016. I cut it down and I've posted it on YouTube because it is painfully embarrassing. So this is not natural. I built this comfort in front of the camera over 4 years. I started out, if you're like, well, I'm going to be really uncomfortable and I'm going to be really nervous. Guess what? Everybody is when they first do it. Yeah. And that's 100% natural. And you will gain the confidence through doing it. You will gain that confidence through being courageous and just pushing that button.
Absolutely. I mean, and here's a way that I kind of paint it for people too, is like, let's say that you start weight training for the first time ever. You try to pick up the weights like you're super weak, right? And you're like, damn, I'm weak. But over time, you get stronger and stronger and stronger. And pretty soon you're putting up some pretty big weights. It's no different with any skill you learn, whether it's live video or whether it's attraction marketing or whether it's, just being in control of your thoughts, right? you're always weak at first, but over repetition, you get stronger, right? Like everything works that way, live video included.
Yes.
Also, I found that people think about you way less than you think they do. Like they're thinking about everything else. They're thinking about their kid, their dog that just puked on the carpet. They got to pick up groceries. Like they're not obsessively thinking about you, you know? And chances are the only time you're going to stick in their mind is when you said something that really inspired them or made them feel like, oh, I don't have to suffer with this, or I can solve this problem. Like you're going to stick in the good ways.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Like
that is a really excellent point.
Yeah. So don't be afraid of live video, you guys. So for those who are maybe starting to feel brave and they're ready to start doing videos, you know, once you start doing consistent live videos, how long does it take to build up some momentum and to start seeing engagement and start seeing results of maybe, you know, more business related conversations happening online, offline, whatever?
Yeah, that's a really interesting question, because there's no like set answer to that. Just like every person is different, everybody's offering a different value. Your audiences are all different. Your networks are all different, and people are going to respond to you differently. And you may have 200 friends on Facebook like I did when I got started, or you may have 2,500. And that's going to impact the number of people that are likely to see you. I actually have a coaching client who did her first live video ever. She's got a home business, but she's also an accountant. And she was talking about something in her zone of genius. It was related to taxes for home business owners. She got almost 100 or 300 views on her first video.
That's awesome.
But I know. And she was actually a little bit, the fear of success then takes over, because she was like, oh, now all these people are watching me. And I said, that's a good thing.
That's what you want.
For somebody else, your first video may get 12 views. But the importance is that if you are consistently showing up and you start to actually use a formula in your Facebook Lives that it generates curiosity, because curiosity is at the heart of attraction marketing. You want to get people curious about what you have. You want them talking. You want them asking questions. And you want to give them the opportunity to raise their hand and say, I'm ready to take the next step.
Mm-hmm.
When you put that kind of formula into your videos consistently over time, you should, within, I would say, a couple months, start to be generating consistent leads from every live video that you're doing.
Okay.
And even if it was just a couple of leads per video, and you're doing that every week, but those are warm people who are attracted to what you have and they want to know more, that is going to be a catalyst that completely transforms your business.
Yeah. So it's September now. If people started this process now, by the time holiday promotion period rolls around, their people are hot.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. And they could be using that live video to move people over to, you know, an email list or a Facebook group or somewhere where they can have even closer communication with them. So when they do release their promotions, they've got a list of warm, engaged people who are ready to buy.
Right. And I would imagine it's a totally different feeling doing a live video that's public on Facebook to everyone in the world, including strangers and your Aunt Bertha, who doesn't like you very much, versus like in a small Facebook group where it's all your favorite people and they love you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 100%.
So if people are getting brave and they're thinking, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to get consistent starting, you know, today or tomorrow or next week, how often should they be doing Facebook Lives?
Ooh, this is another good question, because some people tell you have to do them every day. Yeah. And some people tell you once a week is enough. And my answer is you should do them as much as you can be consistent and deliver high quality value.
Okay.
And here's the consistency is even more important, I believe, than if you're getting started and you're like, I don't know if mine are super valuable yet. Chances are you probably know more than you think you know, because most people do. Mm-hmm. And the other thing is the worst possible thing you can do is to, do something like a challenge, a 14-day challenge, go live every day, and then drop off the planet for 6 months. And I see that. People get so exhausted. They're like, I just did 14 days of lives. I'm done for now. And here's what you tell your audience. You can't trust me enough to show up consistently for you.
Yeah.
So what do they think is going to happen when they buy from you, or they join your team, or they want to get coaching from you? You're teaching them that you're not serious and you're not committed to them.
Yeah.
But if you can only do once a week, because I built my business in the beginning, I did 3 times a week and it became too much for me. And so I took it down to 1 YouTube video a week and 1 Facebook Live.
Mm-hmm.
And I have done that consistently now over years.
Mm-hmm.
And so I get constant leads and I make sales from those lives because people know I'm going to show up for them every week. So if that's all you can do right now, if you're like, once a week is it, then do it. But commit to the same day and show up. And I don't care if you're having a low confidence day. I don't care if you're like, I'm just not feeling as energized today. They're waiting for you. That consistency is so important.
Okay, that helps so much. So perfect example for you. You said it's been 1 Facebook Live and 1 YouTube video, and that's enough.
Yeah.
It's enough. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So another thing I'm super curious about, I would love to know, would you advise using a different live video strategy between, like your personal page versus a group versus your business page or fan page? Like, what's that dynamic like?
Ooh, absolutely. So when I first got started, I would do all my videos on my profile. I didn't have money to run ads. Remember, I told you I was like losing money. So I'm like, I'm not going to do them on my business page. Nobody's over there and I can't put ads behind them. So I would do my Facebook Lives on my profile, and then I would share it into my group and into and over to my business page. But over time, what I realized is that if I wanted people in my group who were really, really interested and really attracted to what I had to offer, I needed to attract them into the group. Mm-hmm. So I do better content inside my group. It's a privilege as a member of the community,
okay,
that you get access to deeper dive trainings, to more detailed information, to private master classes or special guest interviews. Okay. And I will do more generic lives on my profile and invite people to my group.
So you'll do the generic content. You'll say, hey, if you want a deeper dive of this, join us in the Facebook group. We're talking about it over there.
So yeah, here's a great example. So maybe if I'm teaching somebody on social media and I want to explain to them the importance of setting up their profile correctly, my Facebook Live on my profile might be the 3 mistakes that you're making with your Facebook profile right now that's actually sending your customers running away instead of attracting them. Mm-hmm. Now, if you want to see where I actually did an in-depth audit of one of my clients' profiles, and I pick apart everything that she's doing and give you real-life examples of how you can improve it, come and join me in my group because that video is in there.
Mm-hmm. And all of this is in the heart of service to your audience.
Yes.
So, and they're like, hey, I'm going to get huge value here. I'm going to go join that group.
Exactly. Because once they're inside that community, they're going to get, it's playing the social media game. You're collecting all these people who are maybe passing by on your timeline, and you're at the mercy of what Facebook is going to show those people.
Yeah.
But if I can bring them into my group, then they can go there and have access to that information very easily. It can be organized in units over there, and they can get special attention, more notification. And so I can serve them at a better level if they're inside the community. And I want them, the ones who are attracted to that and who want to join me, because I'm always asking them to raise their hands. I don't send out invites to my whole friends list to invite them to a group. I'm asking them, raise your hand if you want more.
Right. And that's what gets people coming to you.
Yes.
So I love that, like, obviously you're using live videos in a super powerful way, but it's all built on this foundation of attraction marketing, of like creating that curiosity, giving that value and letting people say, hey, I'm in. Hey, I want this, right? So I understand that you have a free gift for our audience. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, absolutely. So I want you to be able to do this as well. And a lot of times when people hear attraction marketing, they have no idea what it means. Yeah. And it's very simple. It's a very simple foundation, right? You need the right audience. You need to deliver valuable information, and then you need to get them to raise their hand. You need to be able to have a call to action that doesn't feel like the used car salesman. So I actually have a ebook that is all about attraction marketing, how to put it into use in your business, how to use it on social media, so that you will be generating people saying, me, talk to me, pick me, help me. And then it becomes very fun to sell to them, because in that way you're solving their problems.
Right. It feels good to them because they're saying like, I love this so much, I want more. Yes. And it feels good to you because you're not chasing people around being like, buy my stuff, right? Like
Exactly. So I want you guys to have access to that book as my gift to you.
How nice. Thank you so much for offering that gift. So guys, obviously hugely valuable to understand attraction marketing and how to pair that with video to have like that super power combo. Like there really is no more powerful of a combo than attraction marketing meets video, right? So be sure to grab that free gift from Lindsay, and then join us in the Facebook group where we'll debrief on everything we've learned. We'll talk about like what was surprising, what was inspiring, what was encouraging, what actions are we going to take? How are we now going to start to implement these things, right? And who knows, you might just make a new best friend or a power partner in business that you never knew until this summit. So join us in the group. Thank you so much, Lindsay. I've loved this, and we'll see you guys next time around.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate being here today.
Bye, guys.